Public radio fans will soon be hearing more local news and public affairs programming in the Four Corners, now that KSUT is broadcasting from its new state-of-the-art media center. You're watching the Local News Network, brought to you by Serious Texas Barbecue and Fast Signs. I'm Wendy Graham-Settle. For years, KSUT Public Radio produced programming out of a crammed, outdated building that once served as a medical clinic for the former Indian boarding school in Ignacio. But cramped quarters and antiquated equipment limited what kind of programming the station could offer. Now, listeners can expect more local news and public affairs programming, as well as an expanded platform for Native voices, with KSUT's move into a new $2.5 million media center. Named for local public radio pioneer and Southern Ute tribal member Eddie Box Jr., the new center includes 2 on-air production studios, one for Southern Ute Tribal Radio and another for KSUT Public Radio, a studio for live performances, smaller production studios, conference and meeting rooms, modern offices, and a multimedia center that will be used as a training facility for Native Americans interested in media careers.
Once we moved into the building, we knew our next phase of our plan was to increase our regional public affairs, regional news. In the old building, we really had very little capacity, very little space. We were working on top of each other, had one little tiny closet for a production room. We now have 3 full production rooms where we can produce content, meaning, again, local news, regional news, public affairs, the kind of content that we have been wanting to do all along, but just didn't have the actual physical space to pull it off.
KSUT first broadcast news and information in 1976 as an information service for Southern Ute tribal members. It expanded its reach in 1984 when it became a national public radio affiliate and organized as an independent nonprofit. 14 years later, it split its signal to offer Native American programming as Southern Ute Tribal Radio and to offer public radio programming as Four Corners Public Radio. Plans for a new station have been in the works for years, but it wasn't until the Southern Ute Indian Tribe offered the nonprofit a $1 million all-or-nothing challenge grant that fundraising took off. Members, listeners, businesses, and foundations contributed the remaining $1.5 million to start construction. As a result of its new expanded facilities, the station has partnered with Rocky Mountain PBS to produce a series called Native Lens and another with Native youth to gather oral histories from elders for a show called Native Braid. Graham says she hopes the media center will become a catalyst for even more media partnerships in the future.
We're all about collaboration and partnerships. It only makes sense in a region where it's often referred to as a news desert, right? Where we could use a lot more, just like you are doing, people that are creating local content that's by and produced from people in our region. And so we're excited about partnering, as we're doing with Rocky Mountain PBS. We're working on a partnership with Fort Lewis College and KDUR and Indigenous Native American students up there, providing training and opportunities for them to be heard on an NPR affiliate. So some really exciting things starting to happen now that we're in this new home.
Although Graham led the charge to build and open the new media center, she says public radio fans are the true heroes in this saga.
Community members, businesses, and the Southern Ute Tribe really came together in an incredibly unique way to make this happen.
Southern Ute Tribe Radio broadcasts at 91.3 FM in Ignacio, 89.7 in northwest New Mexico in the Navajo Nation, and 100.9 on the Ute Mountain Ute Indian Reservation. Four Corners Public Radio broadcasts at 90.1 in the Durango area, 88.1 in Farmington in northwest New Mexico, and 106.3 in Montezuma County. To learn more about KSUT programming and projects, visit ksut.org. Thanks for watching this edition of the Local News Network, serving Durango, Pagosa Springs, Telluride, Cortez, and Montezuma County, and Farmington, New Mexico. I'm Wendy Graham-Settle.